All right, everybody. Have about 10 more minutes to visit the tables before we reconvene for the next half of the orientation. So 5 minutes. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get settled back in after I'm sure you were educated in all the various areas of South Piedmont and all the different services we offer here at the college to support you and help you start here and go anywhere, as the slogan goes. So now we're going to resume, and we'll start the second part of this orientation with a short video. So hope you enjoy.
Thank you so much for choosing South Piedmont as your next college. My name is Edmari Correa. This is Antonio and Carmen Jackson, and we're here to guide you through this orientation.
We have many exciting
It's a still life video. Okay, all right, so technical difficulties, I'm sure we all can relate to that, especially with the recent digital era that we've lived in due to the pandemic. However, let me just cover some of the things with regard to student life and the SGA that will be good for you to know. So the SGA is the Student Government Association. And it represents you. It represents the student of South Piedmont Community College. If you are interested in being a part of the SGA, membership offers officers and delegates some nice opportunities, some nice perks to build things such as leadership and communication skills, vital skills in the modern workforce, work-related responsibilities and professionalism. You get to also attend statewide conferences and, last but not least, network with other students. get to know other students, form friendships, form bonds, form study buddies, study groups, focusing on the community of South Piedmont Community College. Now, if you are interested and would like to learn more about the SGA, you can see Miss Shauna Loftus in the back there. She's happy to help. Or you could also email her. The email is sloftus@spcc.edu. Again, if you need to pull out your phone and take a picture, feel free to do so. I'll hold off for a few seconds. But it's great because the SGA offers, and especially Student Life offers very cool clubs, exciting extracurricular opportunities that really will be awesome, right? Some of the clubs include, well, this list up here. So we got art club, we have poetry club. One of my favorites, and I'm not just saying that because I'm the advisor, but we got book club. We have all kinds of different clubs, and this is just some of the clubs we have here at South Piedmont. Also, let's say you want to perhaps start your own. Again, please see Shauna Loftus to learn more about starting your own club here at South Piedmont Community College. Maybe you have something you're interested in that you want to get the word out. A club is a great way to do that. Okay, now one of my instructors from way back in the day when I was a student described the library as the heart of the college, and it is. It's the core. So the library, very important. I'm sure you may have visited the table with Miss Dana Kloner and Miss Kamisha Kirby to learn more about the library, but really they house a plethora, an abundance of learning resources. Over 25,000 items on their catalog, books, movies, journal articles, ebooks, educational technology, laptops. Hey, you can even take one home with you, okay? Not to keep, but you get to borrow it for a little while. iPads, calculators, clickers, all of these great technologies that can help you while you're taking your classes here at South Piedmont. There are also other things that the library offers: study rooms, media tables, and of course, last but certainly not least, super smart and friendly staff. Miss Dana, calling you out. The library can serve as your co-pilot. They can also help you with things like research. You need to learn strategies for effective research. They can help you out. You need citation help. Say you're in pesky English 111 and you have to write an APA paper. Ugh. They can help you out with that. All kinds of great services. The bookstore, all right? So now the bookstore. I got a few questions about this during break. So first of all, the Old Charlotte Highway, the Monroe Campus Bookstore, is located in the main building, and it should be open until 3 today. So while you're on your tour, you can check it out and ask about questions related to books, like what books do you need for your course? That's always really important. I will get you at the end, okay? Thank you for your patience. So the bookstore hours for your Monroe bookstore are Monday through Thursday, 9 to 3, and Fridays on 10 to 1. The Polkton bookstore, which is the other campus, their bookstore is currently not open, but it will be opening on August 1st. Okay, So during the summer, there are some limited hours, especially looking at the Monroe Bookstore, 10 to 2. But then once the semester starts, there will be more expanded hours. And then, of course, 9 to 3, Monday through Thursday, 10 to 1 on Friday. Oh, and then your Polkton Bookstore, when it's opened, is open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 2. The platforms you'll be using are, of course, vital. The different programs and websites and softwares you're going to be utilizing while at SPCC will be vital to know. So first, let's start with your Go Student Portal. This contains all your student information and records, where you're going to find grades, your class registration, where you'll register for classes, your schedule, information about financial aid, payment, etc. Do keep in mind, though, that your Go password, your Go portal password, changes every 90 days. So you'll have to reset that regularly to make sure all your information is safe and protected. And Go, to access Go, you just go to, it's really simple, go.spcc.edu. And of course, you'll use your credentials. First of all, when you're first logging in, you will receive a temporary password, which you'll have to log in. You'll use a temporary password, and then you'll have to update it with your own password. And this is your first stop. So before you go into like Moodle, which is where your courses will be held, you need to have your username and updated password. So the first thing to do, go into Go, input your temporary password, and then you can update it with a new password. And from there, you're ready to rock. This is what the homepage looks like, go.spcc.edu. So you got your SPCC username. Your username, by the way, is the first letter of your first name, first 3 letters of your last name, and then the last 4 digits of your student ID number. First, so your username is the first initial of your first name. Yes. And then the first 3 initials of your last name. Correct. And then the last 4 numbers of your student ID. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Once you log in, you'll see an interface that looks like this. The really important part to know is student quick links. So where you can click to register, to pay bills, create a payment plan, view grades, view schedule. Student records and information. This is the hub for all of those details, okay? The next platform is Moodle. And this is where you're accessing course materials. Some pro tips. Firefox is the recommended web browser for Moodle. It works best. It plays most nicely with Firefox. Already said to go to set your password. Courses appear on the first day. You want to access Moodle regularly, at least once a day. Of course, you want to do your startup activity. That's the first activity in all of your classes. That's important because then if you're saying an online class, that's how you enter the course. You have to be active. You also have your syllabus, course schedule, all that fun information is available on Moodle. If you have questions, like let's say you're having some kind of issues or need assistance, you can email support@spcc.edu for troubleshooting. To access Moodle, you can go to online.spcc.edu. That's for me the easiest, okay? It kind of is the direct URL, But you can also access Moodle by going to the SPCC webpage, clicking on the student panel, and then it'll open up some different links on the student panel, and one of those links will be Moodle. Click that, and it takes you to Moodle. This is what you're first going to see when you go to online.spcc.edu. Again, your username, and then your password, which of course you're updating through Go first. So you want to go to Go, update your password, and then go to Moodle. Log in those credentials. And then once you log in, you'll see a dashboard with all of your classes. But remember, you won't see classes until the first day. Outlook and Office 365 is the next platform. This is all about using certain softwares and programs offered through the Office 365 suite, such as Word, PowerPoint, Excel. All students of SPCC have access to the suite, okay? And you get it for free. Outlook, on the other hand, is your email. And your email is what you're going to use to reach out to your instructors, advisors, anyone at South Piedmont, okay? And keep in mind, if you do email, you have to use your SPCC email. And your email address is your username, which we've already discussed, at spcc.edu. You cannot email anyone at South Piedmont, anyone related to academic affairs, staff, faculty, student services, whatever, with a personal email address. That is a violation of FERPA. So you have to use your Outlook 365 email address, always. And then, of course, check your email regularly, like every day. You can access Outlook by going to portal.office.com, or again, going to the SPCC website, accessing the student panel, and then clicking on your email. Sure. Yeah, if there's anything you want me to kind of backtrack on a little bit. All right. This is good. Taking notes is good. It's what students do. Feel free to also, you can take a picture. Those of you following along. All right, bud. All right, cool. Thank you, thank you. All right. So going back to Outlook, what you're going to see, type in your email address, your password, and then you're into your Outlook 365 email. Again, that's going to be your primary email address for South Piedmont Community College. The next platform is Microsoft Teams. This is where oftentimes you will be connecting and chatting with your classmates and your instructor. Microsoft Teams is a really, really cool software that allows you to make video and audio calls. You can access virtual classes through Microsoft Teams. You can also post files and share them with your classmates and with your instructor. You can mention people. It's kind of cool. It kind of has an interface similar to like a Facebook. But it's a really very engaging type of software that helps us connected even virtually. And it's been something we've relied heavily upon in the recent academic year. So here is just a screenshot, kind of a lot there, but just to kind of give you the basics over here towards the bottom left hand, that white space, that's your Canvas area. That's where all the content is going to be displayed, chats, threads, you can post videos. Over on the left-hand side, the kind of darker bar on the left-hand side, that's your toolbar. So if you need to switch out between different teams, and that's what they're called. That's what the groups are called in Microsoft Teams. They're called teams. So each class will have a different team, but you can click on that to go to different teams. Over at the top, it might be kind of hard to see, but along the top of the Canvas area, there's, well, first the name of the team, research and development, and then some different tabs that you can click on. That's the navigation bar. So you can scroll through posts, you can pull open the files menu, and a bunch of other different cool stuff.
The Student Code of Behavioral Conduct provides guidance,
now,
education, and the Student Code of Behavioral Conduct provides guidance. The Student Code of Behavioral Conduct provides guidance. The Student Code of Behavioral Conduct provides guidance,
student accountability,
education, and accountability on standards of acceptable behavior for students and student clubs and organizations. The Student Code of Behavioral Conduct provides guidance. The Student Code of Behavioral Conduct provides guidance, education, and
technology is fun, right? It's great when it works. Sure, yeah.
So I noticed there's an app, so like if we're getting on our phone, just download it as an app. But if we're doing it on the laptop, is it like through the Office 365 or how is it that way?
Yes, Teams is offered through the Office suite, and you can find all of the different software, the Office software in your email. So that's one way of accessing it. You'll get like the web browser version, or you can download the app on your laptop as well, which comes with a few more bells and whistles. But yeah, you can access it web browser on your laptop, which is offered free through Office 365, or you can download the app, which works with laptops, iPads, phones, all that good stuff. You're welcome.
The Student Code of Behavioral Conduct provides guidance, education, and accountability on standards of acceptable behavior for students and student clubs and organizations whose actions are inconsistent with the college's policies. Upon enrollment, and as long as the student continues to be enrolled at South Piedmont, students have the responsibility to uphold the rules and values of the college and the right to a fair and equitable conduct process. The Student Code of Behavioral Conduct jurisdiction includes on-campus, off-campus, virtual classes, conferences, events, and activities. Students are expected to comply with the Student Code of Behavioral Conduct. Therefore, students are prohibited from engaging in any conduct that disrupts the educational process. A list of these behaviors students should refrain from are located in the South Piedmont Student Handbook on the South Piedmont website under Students and Student Resources. Students are expected to review and abide by the Student Code of Behavioral Conduct. Goals of the Student Code of Behavioral Conduct processes include to promote a campus environment that supports the overall educational mission and values of the college, to promote a campus environment that supports the health and safety of the SBCC community, to minimize disruption and harm to the SBCC community, to foster ethical standards and civic virtues, to promote the values of the college, to provide formal and informal pathways for members of South Piedmont to hold each other accountable, to ensure appropriate standards of individual and group behavior.
Okay, everybody.
To sustain a culture in which students and student organizations.
Tech is fun when it works. When it doesn't want to play nice, not so great, but it's good because we always have a backup plan. So to kind of go over some basics of student rights and responsibility, there's a student code of academic conduct and a student code of behavioral conduct. This information is available on the website in the student handbook. But really, in short, not to read through all of this, but you're expected to act like responsible adults. You're college students, right? You want to conduct yourself with a certain level of professionalism. And you also want to know that you're responsible of certain things, especially with regards to being an honest, ethical student. For example, we have policies related to academic integrity. And the policy is supposed to deter folks who want to commit an academic integrity violations, such as cheating, looking at your neighbor's, test while you're taking it, plagiarism, copying something or buying something or just blatantly stealing something from the internet and passing it off as your own. Not cool, not cool. And also keep in mind that you're really not doing yourself any favors by cheating or plagiarizing, because school is about learning. Your education is your most important investment, and these assignments are opportunities to help broaden your knowledge. If you cheat or if you plagiarize, you're not taking advantage of those opportunities. So it's morally and ethically wrong, and it's not helping anyone. And then, of course, we have policies related to Title IX, which prohibits discrimination and harassment on the basis of sex, and of course takes any necessary steps to prevent any type of misconduct at SPCC. SPCC is all about being an honest, respectful, caring community. And so you just want to, be the best you and treat people the way you would like to be treated, and don't lie, like cheat or plagiarize, and be professional, right? Think about how you would act in the workplace. That's how you want to behave. Also, FYI, this PowerPoint will be sent to you after the fact, after this session, so you can go back and review anything you'd like to later. Okay, so drugs and alcohol, SPCC is committed to providing an atmosphere, an educational atmosphere, free of substance abuse of any kind. And we always encourage healthy, safe living. So keep in mind that any unlawful manufacture, distribution, easy for me to say, dispensation, possession, or use of a controlled substance or alcohol at SPCC is prohibited. Violation of this policy will cause you to be subject to disciplinary action, which can be including or up to expulsion. But of course, you have student rights as well. and you have the right to appeal decisions that faculty, staff, or administration makes in the event that something, a policy or procedure wasn't followed, sanction or penalty was too severe. You have evidence that suggests contrary to what the outcome was or what the decision was. You have, of course, forms that you need to fill out if you want to make an appeal, and a formal appeal for academic integrity violation, final course grade appeal, program dismissal, and of course the list goes on and on. I'm not going to read it to y'all because, hey, you're college students, right? But I will let you know that the information can be found in the student handbook and on the college catalog on the SPCC website. All right, so this is just kind of an overview, but feel free to go back and get some more information when necessary. Tips for success. Our next part of this conversation is tips for success. And how are you going to become a successful student? First of all, when your class opens, you want to log in and complete the startup activity ASAP. If there is a syllabus accountability statement, which basically is like a contract between you and the instructor and the institution that says you're going to follow all the policies and procedures laid out in the syllabus. You want to agree to that as well. The syllabus really is a roadmap for you in your courses. It has information on your instructor. It has information on course policies and procedures. It has information on grades, information on academic integrity, information about the census date. And just FYI for y'all, the census date is the 10% point of the semester, and it's the cutoff date for when you can enter a class. So the census data is on your syllabus, on the first page of your syllabus. But if you're not sure, you can always ask your instructor about the census. But it really has just all kinds of really valuable information that you want to be aware of before you proceed in the course. Again, use Office 365 to communicate with your instructor. Checking email, trust me, checking email regularly is super important. It seems easy enough, but you know, sometimes if there's a delay or you're not checking regularly, you might miss something valuable, something important. Be sure to attend all your courses, right? Attend all of your courses. If not, if you anticipate a situation where you cannot attend your course, please communicate with your instructor. Please let them know. But definitely try to attend at all possible costs. For your classes, you want to purchase books as soon as possible. So you can check out the SPCC bookstore on the SPCC website, or of course you can go to the bookstore to learn more. While you're in Moodle, you can also and should check grades regularly. Only in Moodle, not external software. Don't wait until the last minute to contact your instructor. Don't wait until a day after the class ends and you're like, oh, I failed. You know, like you have to be proactive. So if you have questions, if you have concerns, reach out to your instructor as soon as possible. Use the Academic Support Center. They are there to support you. And of course, ask questions. You need to be a self-advocate. And remember, there's nothing wrong with asking questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question. No such thing. Questions are always encouraged. Once you're registered, you may want to know your course load and how much time should be dedicated to each class. And here we have it up here for 3 credit hours.
for your standard 3 credit hour course, 9 hours per week, 6 credit hours, 18 hours per week. Basically, however many credits you're taking, times it by 3. So if you have a full 15 credit hour load, you're looking at 45 hours per week working on course materials. And here we have information about the course delivery format. There's a new course delivery format. Good, that's good. So they're going to print out your schedule and help you with the course delivery format. So
My schedule, does this apply for each class or all classes?
it would be your full credit load. So yeah, 14 credits, well, multiply it by 3. So whatever. I'm not math. Can't put me on the spot like that. But whatever it is, multiply it by 3. Okay. And this will be covered when you go on your tour. Yep. And that's it. So it is 2:30 right now. Any questions? Of course, the folks at their stations right now will still be available after the orientation.
So we'll break you up into groups. So I am red. So if you have a red ticket, you're going to come with me. If you have a white ticket, you're white. So just leave them red. Oh, red and white. Red and white. And then
Yes, sir. Hello. Hey, TJ.
I just noticed,
Hello.
there's notes on here. I'm enrolled with 8 credits and stuff, but for my course this semester, there was a few more classes I needed to take, but they were all booked up. Would I have to get, I guess, reserve a spot for that, or do I just have to wait till it comes back around? Do you know?
So these classes are closed. TJ, can you turn this off?